What's up, guys? This is Lodi Lion, and I'm here interviewing my guest, Carlos, aka Rose Emperor. He's a budget player from the Dominican Republic, and we're going to get his perspective and his experience about the Yu-Gi-Oh game. So, Carlos, tell me where exactly you're from in the Dominican Republic?
So I'm from Santo Domingo, Distrito Nacional.
Okay. And what got you into Yu-Gi-Oh?
So my first introduction with Yu-Gi-Oh after a while was when I started university. Two of my friends were playing outside the food court, so I just after I got out of class, I saw them, sit with them, and they were playing a game. Of course, from the nostalgia, I recognized it was Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's been so long, so I just next to them and told them, "Oh, this been a while. This is actually very nostalgic." And they introduced me. Then I got really into the anime. I watched every single anime. That was my goal for 2020, and I finished it. So
How
yeah,
long was that?
uh, I
How long ago?
got into the Yu-Gi-Oh at almost the end of 2019, and
So most of your experience in Yu-Gi-Oh is during the pandemic.
yeah, most of my experience was during the pandemic.
Okay, so you did more online play than physical play then?
Uh, During the last year, I've done more online than actually physically. So yeah,
Okay.
it's most of my experience has come from online play.
So remote duels, dueling book, Yudo Pro.
Yep.
What have you gravitated most towards?
Uh, I prefer physical play because think I learn better if I have physical cards. I get the hang of decks faster, and I can learn them even faster. Prefer physical, but online lets me play decks I wouldn't be able to have or acquire.
Okay, so like, what have you participated for your remote duels?
I haven't gotten into any local, just friendlies with friends and stuff like that.
You've made friends through remote duels?
Yes, actually, you, a bunch of friends from the head-to-head battle server. Some of their names are Slowpoke, Dusto, Jake. They're very good friends, very close.
Oh, so yeah, we all play together. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Um, so you ever been able to go to a locals at all?
I've been able to go to my locals in the area. Sadly we only have one in the entire country. Since
Hmm.
it's a small island, the community is not that big. Everyone just goes to the same place. There's I think there's one other local trying to get its OTS, but I don't know what that's got about. So
So this is the only locals you know that
yeah,
gets OTS packs on entry.
we don't actually
Okay.
get OTS packs on entry. We get packs from the sets. That's it. No OTS.
Okay. So um, how do you get there?
It's from where I live. It's a 30-minute drive, depending on traffic. Could be even an hour sometimes. And I have to wake up in order to go there and play. I have to wake up very early in the morning since our tournaments start at 11 in the morning.
11.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're
Oh wow. Yeah, to get up at that time to play Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty. I respect it. Respect the grind. Um. So like, what is that locals like? Can you tell me about that locals?
first of all, it's in a food court, so we just join tables for the food court and chairs, and we just play there.
Okay.
It's like
So
it's a
it's
bazaar. It's not an
yeah,
official store.
it's not normally. So you don't have a store. You're in a food court and they have a little spot and you just set up tables within the food court.
Yeah, we take tables from the food court and we just play there. Stuff. It helps that since it's on a Saturday. Oh, also we can only go on Saturdays. Since it's on a Saturday, there are not a lot of people there, so we have basically we have our food court for ourselves.
Okay. And like, is that the only way you get access to cards?
In my country, from the locals and from players who order stuff online.
Hmm. And where do you order online?
Uh, the the big website most big players use here is Troll and Toad, since it's the best for international shipping since it has an affiliation with Amazon. It's easier for us.
Okay,
But some of us use TCG Player.
but it's more accessible to do Troll and Toll
Yeah,
than it is
Toronto's
TCG
way
Player.
more accessible.
Okay, so normally, like from where I'm from, like yeah, we usually use TCG players, so it's nice. Let's see a different dynamic. I thought they just didn't get much business at all. Um, so that's pretty interesting, especially the food courts. That's not usual, but it's cool to adapt. Like it, if you have a community and they want to play, they'll do what they need to do to
Yeah, well,
play and build a community. That's pretty impressive. And tell me, like, has Yu-Gi-Oh given you like any like uh has it affected your life in any way, like in a
uh,
positive manner?
so it helped me through the pandemic a lot, especially at the beginning, since I was very lonely, didn't know what to do. All I did was actually just stay in bed watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime or watch any other anime stuff. Since
So it got you into interacting with people.
yeah, it actually helped me, got me to interact. I met new friends because I actually got a bit disconnected from my aerial friends who could play Yu-Gi-Oh. Most of them were busy with their families or doing stuff,
And
or
social distancing.
yeah, social distancing, and some of them even graduated from university, so they were starting to look for jobs during this hard time. So they didn't play much Yu-Gi-Oh during that time. But now
Yeah,
we're most of us are getting
transition.
back into it.
Has it been a motivator for anything in your life?
Yeah, it's actually it helped. It motivated me to get a job. I
Yeah,
got a
pay
job
for
for a
the
little
cards.
while. Yep, actually, I some cards. That job helped me get some of the cards I have now, and actually helped me build this deck.
Okay, so it had a really good positive effect on your life. It
Yep.
made you interact with more people, got you off your butt, get working, and that's interesting. So now you're more part of the more part of the society now through Yu-Gi-Oh. Ironically,
Yep, it's actually very ironic.
that's pretty cool. So tell me, so there's been a lot going on with these remote duel invitationals, and I know you participate in one in a lot in some with friends. And what's your impression about what's been going on with the cheating, especially in the the Latin ones? Um, how do you feel about that being a Dominican and these people being representatives of your country and how they play and these accusations or just blatant cheating that's been going on?
So actually, here most of the from what I've heard from the Dominican community, I don't know a lot, but from what I've heard, there's the number one player here got invited a bunch of times to go into nationals when that was thing in the United States and the championship, but he never accepted. So like they even offered to sponsor him, but he never went. So um, we really don't have that much representation outside of our country. Maybe there's a random Dominican who already lived in the United States or whatever, and he goes. But outside I don't have much information. Most of my friends just live here. They don't have plans going anywhere. I do, but that's me. Uh, right now, with all the after the Latin American Remote Duel Invitational, what happened in the finals with the his name was I don't remember his name.
I was I think it was a virtual world player. I'm not sure.
Of course. So it's actually uh, very normal that our community gets a lot of stuff from racism stuff. So what we can do is just sadly suck it up and try ourselves to make it better. Don't let those
Cause
type of things influence how you play or how you are. Because what people say does not mean what you are.
hmm so yeah, even though that these things have happened, that you as a Latino, you will still be an honest player and a good person and not cheat.
Of course, at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's,
It is a game.
and you have fun, so why you wouldn't ruin that fun for yourself?
Exactly. Very true. Um, so what else can you tell me about yourself?
So, um, mostly just a shy person. I don't tend to go out a lot. I don't like going to bars and stuff. Mostly just shotting. I prefer that lifestyle of being in my house comfortably. But Yu-Gi-Oh has helped me a lot make friends. Actually, it's very helpful. Um, Made awesome friends during the last year and this year. Um, Something I even send me cards from time to time. They've been real helpful.
And you have any plans after this pandemic when social distancing's over and traveling's easier and
Yeah.
the events come back?
I hope I can one day in the future when I can sustain on my own, like have a decent job, have enough money so I can move out of this country and go live either Canada or the United States. And I think then I can actually start going um, to more events. Well, actually, no, start going to events because the only event here we have is probably nationals. That's it.
Okay.
Nationals and regionals. That's the only thing we have here.
So you guys don't have YCSs?
No, we don't have YCSs.
Okay. Um, and you plan on traveling out of the country as well to play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Uh, I don't think that's gonna be a possibility for me right now, since still I do. It's not the same for an someone who lives in the United States to travel from one place to another. I have to pay for an airplane to go overseas. Sometimes I have to do jump. What's it called? What's it? Jump-ins. For you to go to an airport on one state, and so you can.
Oh, like a mid stop?
Yeah, like a med. You have to med
Okay,
stuff is.
between. Okay, so yeah, it's been pretty difficult to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player trying to get competitive travel internationally to play the game.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Okay, and especially since they don't back YCSs in the Dominican Republic, you guys just have WCQs and regionals.
We have regionals and nationals. That's it.
Yes, regionals and nationals. Okay, it's inconvenient. Um, so tell me, like, has Konami done anything like to help you guys, like make cards a little more accessible or like easier? Like, has reprint sense helped you out in any way? Make
Yeah,
cards easier, like especially for a budget player.
actually, I love reprint sets. Sometimes I won't even get. For example, I still don't have an access code. When I used to play Salamagrade, I never got it. I was waiting for the reprint from the 2021 Lost 10th. So
Okay.
I'm not like uh, desperate for getting the new cards when they release. I can wait. I'm not desperate in that matter. If I have to wait a year or two, I'll do it. So yeah.
Is there like any like notable sets that you can suggest for other players and other
So
budget players that are looking to get into Yu-Gi-Oh for more affordable prices?
so maximum gold is actually a godsend set. We got the Nibiru, hand traps. For virtual world, we got Stardust Charge. What else? We got a bunch of cards. Foolish Burial Goods. Tomb Chaos got us Desires, although it was already cheap from the structure set. But if you want a rarity bump or just have a something nicer, Gamma is also in that set. Here, let me look at it. Gamma and Driver. It's
Rare
just
cameras. So two chaos,
two
maximum
gold,
gold,
Dual Devastator,
dual devastator, very
Megatins.
good one.
Those are amazing sets. Everyone should try and pick up whenever they can.
So it's a good foundation for a Yu-Gi-Oh player or somebody
Yeah,
getting into the game to get access to a good amount of cards that they can use in all kinds of decks
yeah,
or just staples.
yeah. I would, of course, always try to get your singles. Don't buy bulk. I was lucky enough. I bought a Megatin, a 2020 Megatin, and I got an Appaloosa, so I could resell that.
Oh yeah,
I
that Megaton
resold
was
that.
nice.
Resold that, got some extra cash for some singles. Also got a Mystic Mine that I got rid of immediately. I don't want the card.
That's the same 10 Dragoon was printed.
Yeah, the Dragoon 10.
Dragoon's he went up in value. I'm not sure where he's at
Yeah,
right
it
now.
was $20. I was thinking of picking that up. Then it went up to 70, so that's out of my budget.
Uh, but the tens were really
Yeah, they were
helpful,
amazing.
and the ones coming up. I think the 2021 one was announced recently,
They,
or some people are speculating on the cards. A lot of Echo, some cards from Ignition Assault, some cards from Rise of the Duelist.
the,
So a lot of good cards that are possibly going to be reprinted and accessible for people who are on a budget, need cheaper cards that are powerful cards, and help them bring them more towards the competitive scene at a more affordable price.
yeah, I'll be glad to get a access code reprint so I can go pick back up salads or just put it in the
That's a big
PKs.
one.
Yeah, that's
That'll
the
be
card I
very cool.
mostly want from that set. That don't know if I'll pick up Dogmatic. I don't think I'm that really interested in that. But access code and later Seuss reprint, I will love that.
Is there any like budget decks you recommend for people?
So I really people don't talk a lot about, for example, Salamagrates right now, but I think that's a very good deck. That's
Three structure decks.
yeah, it's just three structure deck, a bunch of commons from the 2020 Megatons. Sunlight Wolf has gotten so many reprints. It has an ultra, rare, common,
Super.
and the super from the OTS. Yeah, super. Um, Virtual World right now is a very budget deck. You don't have to play Dragoons. There's a bunch of versions you can play. Playing right now will just Caliga with Crystal Wing pass. That's
Oh,
all
so
you
the Muddy
need.
Mud Dragon, the Zolkin,
Yeah,
into those.
you don't need Dragoon.
Yeah, that's
Just
pretty cool.
Lulu's $15 I think right now. Maybe it went up. I don't know. Just but this deck is Phantom Knights. It's actually if you consider $100 budget, you can get a very good core, or just wait for the Ghost from the Past set that's coming with Fogblade reprints, so you can get your PK deck right there.
Okay.
Gonna have to play a bit for Torn Scale, but it's what you
But
got.
in terms of a budget, if it comes up to $100
Right
individually,
now,
there
budget decks they no longer $50. It's gone up to 100 times, sometimes 150.
it's still very affordable in
Yes.
comparison to a couple of years ago too.
Yeah,
Okay. So the cards you can't get a hold of, like Dragoon, you've adapted and you've made it work, and you've seen success with this.
yes. Right now I want to test the. I wasn't playing this, but I want to test the Caliga version in Virtual World, and I'm very patient. I don't really need the Dragoon. I can just if they're gonna reprint one day, I'll get it there. I don't mind. If not, sure, I don't care. It's either that or it's gonna get banned by that time. So,
What
but
is your opinion on the ban list, especially as a virtual role player?
so sadly, we lost VFD, which was basically that reason this deck was so dominant.
Hmm.
But I'm glad it it got banned. Now the deck, since it's lost that big power spike, it's not gonna be as costly
It's
now. It's
still,
gonna go down in price, and I prefer much funner let's go fair decks than just being a completely overpowered deck. That's gonna be no fun to anyone. I even felt bad when I BFD my opponent.
so like after VFD's gone, the deck building has gone more creative. The combos have not been so linear.
Yeah, it's right before it was just okay, make two level nines, make BFD pass. Right now it's try go first, go into your Sulkin before the summon so you can get your Crystal Wing in the fifth summon.
Should play
So
around the
you
bureau,
so
which is
play
even better than it was before.
yeah before we couldn't play around. We could play after Nibiru, but we couldn't play around it. So yeah, but that would make you need the Chao Fang, which was another like $20 card after after BFD got banned. So
So yeah, it's become a lot more affordable.
Yeah, this deck is every day it's just more and more affordable. You can get this card, Caliga. It's the Battles of Legends reprint, cheap cents. The deck itself is cheap. Only card that costs money is the Lulu. You can get Ash for the common version, $10. Uh, this is Gamma is probably a couple bucks. The Cyrus
Like
is
two or three.
nothing. This is nothing. It's basically a very cheap deck. That's the only thing that's gonna be money is the Lulus, and that's like $15, so it's not that much. And the extra deck is mostly cheap. You can get a lot of from the extra Dual Devastator got you the Vermilion. You can get Coral Dragon, the Ultra, very cheap. This is nothing from Maximum Gold. So the deck is very cheap, very affordable. Um, oh,
So the deck is very cheap
yeah.
and affordable. So if you weren't on a budget, how what would you be playing exactly?
If I were on a budget, this same deck, I love it.
Same deck?
Same
Would
deck.
you play it any different?
We'll probably be able to get the emergency teleport, maybe some triple tactics. But other than that, I don't even think that deck doesn't even need triple tactics. You can play it just fine. Don't need prosperity. You can. Uh, Most people prefer drawing two cards from desires than just showing your opponent what you have on your deck from
Mm.
prosperity. Also, can play more text with desire, so your opponent doesn't know what to play. For example, I saw a virtual deck list that was running Judgment and IDP. So with
Let's try and
prosperity,
visit them.
you will show your opponent you have those cards in the deck. Without it, you give your opponent something they wouldn't expect, that an extra spice.
And just Desires right now is a great
Yeah,
budget option instead of Prosperity or Extravagance.
yeah, the Sars is great. It's a great card. Love it. Played it ever since I got Salmon graded. Been playing Desires. Never cutting it out. Even though I banished Castle, but hey.
Okay. So thank you for showing us all this and sitting down, talking to us, answering my questions, and hanging out with me for my channel. Like and subscribe, guys. By the way. So is there any shout outs or anybody you want to say anything towards?
So, I'm gonna have to shout out Susu and Jen from Head to Head Battles. They've been great friends ever the start of the pandemic. I got into the server, and that's where I met most of my friends today. They're actually great guys. Love them. Probably a shout out to one of my American, which is Slowpoke or Kevin. It's been a helpful guy. He was the one who sent me the virtual world. Basically, gifted it to me most. He had a whole core and sent it to me. Except for
He's
the
a pretty
Lulu.
helpful
Yeah,
guy.
most most of my friends I made are great guys. Love them to death.
Alrighty, well, have a good one. Take it easy, and guys, remember, there's a big world out there. Please be safe. Social distance. Always wash your hands. And this is a product of the benefits of playing Yu-Gi-Oh all over the world. There's all kinds of communities. If they want to play, they'll play, whether it be online, in a cafeteria, at a college, or a food court for locals. They'll play because they love the game and it inspires them and motivates them to get out or meet new people or even start building a income so you could fund your hobby that you love that much. So take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Peace.